Hey guys, Eric here. Back in 2022, like everyone else, I suddenly found myself stuck indoors during COVID with a lot more time on my hands. At that point in time, I was already fairly experienced working on my own guitars. I knew how to do setups, modify electronics, cut nuts, and even roll my fingerboard edges. Now, a big part of that came from playing, owning, buying, trading, and selling over 50 guitars and basses by then. But there was still one thing that I couldn't do. I didn't know how to replace frets. And eventually one of my favorite guitars started wearing out badly enough that I couldn't ignore it anymore. And that frustration became the starting point for this entire journey. I mentioned briefly in my introduction video that my background is in industrial design. So I even taught in this field for 9 years. Everything from research, ideation, 3D CAD, and of course, prototyping. But what that really means is I've always been a very hands-on person, and I genuinely enjoy figuring difficult things out. So during that COVID period, I gave myself a challenge. Not just to learn refret work, but to get genuinely good at stainless steel refrets. It was a bar above simply being capable in doing the refret work. So naturally, I started doing my homework. Thanks to YouTube, I had already watched countless videos. I've read so many different guides, researched all the different tools, and now I was slowly building up the confidence to begin working on my own guitars. At first, I focused on fret leveling, crowning, and polishing, and that eventually gave me enough confidence to attempt a full fret installation. Coincidentally, around that time, after owning so many instruments, I had also started developing a very clear idea of what neck shapes and specs worked best for me personally. And one of those preferences pointed me toward warm-earth necks. And so I ordered one. A couple of months later, having received this, I had a brand new unfinished warm-earth neck sitting in front of me. Just a neck with fret slots, completely fretless and ready for its first set of stainless steel frets. Honestly, I was excited and also very aware of how easy it would be to mess it up. But the long story short is that the neck eventually got put together into one of the past casters I own. And yes, it plays great now, but definitely not on the first try. But what was that first build all about? It really taught me a lot of things. Right, it taught me how to properly seat frets, how to shape fret ends so that they are comfortable to the player, and how important leveling and crowning really are, as well as just how unforgiving stainless steel frets can be compared to nickel frets. So after completing this build, I passed the guitar around to my friends to get feedback. You know, these are friends, many of whom had decades of guitar playing experience. And I got them to tell me, what felt good, right? What didn't feel good and what could be improved. Over time, after enough tweaking and refinement, I arrived at what manufacturing people would call a golden sample, a reference point for the level of quality that I wanted all my work to achieve moving forward. So that was also the moment I realized, okay, I can actually do this. So that first build was just the starting point, right? From there I kept going. I refretted more of my own guitars. I experimented with different approaches, refined my techniques, and slowly built enough confidence to eventually start offering this work professionally. And honestly, I haven't looked back since. As I mentioned in the previous video, I've now completed around about 50 refrets, including several of my own instruments, as I have been mentioning, including this 1948 Gibson ES350 that you will probably get to hear about in future videos. But if there's one thing this journey has confirmed for me, it's this, that I absolutely love stainless steel frets. I totally love them. And not just because they last longer, but because of how smooth and refined and consistent they can feel when the work is done properly. So whether I'm working on my own guitar or someone else's, I try to approach each instrument with the same level of care and attention to detail. And that's really how this whole journey began. In the next video, I'd like to talk a bit more about how I approach refret work, the thought process when I evaluate guitars, how I go about diagnosing issues, and deciding what each instrument truly needs. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, once again, do consider subscribing to the channel. You can follow me on @Roomfulofgear to see all the latest work I've been doing, a lot of the behind the scenes stuff. And yeah, that's all I have to share for this video. Thank you for watching. Stay savvy, and I'll see you in the next video.